here we go for another TangoLOG. Today I am going back to the torso, which is the same thing I talked about last week, or last session. And yeah, I wanted to go back because I had mentioned two people last time, Greta and Dante, and I felt like, things about the torso area. And actually something occurred to me at the very end of the transmission that I could connect to something else that, talking about what Greta had told me about working with diagonals in the torso. At the end I actually realized that, oh wow, it actually ties into something else that Dante has said in class as well, something he uses to organize his torso, so I want to talk about that. And then afterwards, I also went to a workshop by Pablo Veron on Saturday, which he's been giving quite a few workshops in Buenos Aires, and I've been taking full advantage of that. And so something interesting about the torso that he said as well. So anyways, let's see. How do I start with this? Yeah, so once again, it's a torso, so it's going to be me making like weird adjustments to my torso. So last time, from Greta, I had mentioned that she had helped me with my ochos a lot. I had asked her something and she had said, well, she works with diagonals in the torso. So, you know, diagonals here and here, so when you are dissociated, when you're doing an ocho, which my problem was like, I do this especially on the left side. And then I actually realized I do it on the right side too, but anyways, well, do it more on the left side, I guess. There we go, maybe it's a better angle. And yeah, so the idea is to think about the diagonals, right? Like, there's a diagonal here and a diagonal there. And to make this quicker, I was trying to do ochos with, the ribbon like this to represent the diagonal. Let's say, if I actually tie it this time, since something like this, whatever. Oh, let me just stop it again. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, so say this is the diagonal, right? And I was doing ochos, right? And I realized that in addition to thinking about the diagonals helping keep this steady here, because my tendency is to go wherever, thinking the diagonal, what's going on with the diagonal here, I realized that one problem I did was that I would move one part of the diagonal first and leave behind and then step forward, right? I mean, in some ways, people, maybe this is the same mistake as going first with the torso or the chest or something. But then I realized, wow, the diagonal, well, okay, so I construct the diagonal. So in the moment of dissociation, I'm thinking about this diagonal, for example, and then I get this diagonal into place or whatever you call it. And then this whole diagonal moves as one block over. So once the diagonal is in place, I should move it all together, as opposed to only this part, this point of the diagonal, or this point of the diagonal. So with the diagonals there, and I was like, oh look, the red ribbons should all move together in one vertical plane. And that's where I ended up last time. And then I was like, wait, well this actually ties into something that Dante says in class. So also I want to mention Dante again because the only thing I mentioned about him last time was basically he came over and then made my hips dissociate all the way because I was doing something lazy and kind of going from there to there as opposed to completely from one side to the other. And I feel like he has a lot more information to offer than just a little correction like that. So I wanted to mention one more thing, which is it mentions that he works with 6 points in the torso. So he has very interesting and clear ideas, a vision of tango too, which I like, and it's generally consistent with the general line of tango technique that I like to follow. But anyways, apart from that, one thing that helps him organize his body is that he works with 6 points in the torso. So mainly what relates to this is the 6 vertical points, the 3 vertical points. So he's there's a chest, middle, and then a hip point, something like that. So I don't really think I have a very clear vision of, clear understanding of exactly how his points work. When I'm in class, he's mentioned them, but I haven't really gone into any detailed discussion with him. So basically, yeah, if you want to know more, please go to classes, which are very entertaining as well. And I also don't want to misrepresent, but from what I understand, there's my big disclaimer, there's like 1, 2, 3 points, so like it helps keep everything organized as you move, right? So if you have like 3 points here, and then instead of moving only one, or only one, like all 3 of them move. And then there's like 1, 2, 3, like the horizontal orientation too, which I really don't know how it works with it really. Like I would have to ask it next time, or you can go and find out for yourself. But yeah, it probably has to do with dissociation or something, but I'm just guessing. But so yeah, so these 3 points, actually only prepared 1 flower. Let's see. Let me try to do. Well, anyways, so let me do it without the flowers for today. So 3 points. So with the 3 points, it really, and keeping them like being conscious of 1, 2, 3 helps. Maybe able to walk around. Yeah, so it keeps this under control because I feel that a lot of times, like having, like you either block the whole torso, but like having points, these 3 points to be conscious of. In otra, like when conscious of 3 points, the legs are also freer to move, right? Yeah, so I want to do this. I want to move this point first. This is my bad habit, I feel like. I want to do this, and then this point, these 2 points are left behind, right? So I feel like, okay, so really having these 3 points connected. Yeah, so even going backwards, these 3 points stay connected. Well, I feel like now that solved one problem, which is kind of how to move in a block. But then at the moment of dissociation, it's really hard for me to keep these 3 points in a vertical line. Like it's really hard to do this in some degree. Wow, I mean it's surprising. So that ties into another thing that I wanted to talk about. I mentioned the thing by Pablo Veron. So in the various workshops we've given this year, or starting at the beginning of this year. Done like a few, and there's like 2 more coming up in June. He's mentioned before something about dissociation, so he talks about 1 point here in kind of like the sternum area, and so in the class he usually starts with like a very basic physical concept, and it seems like you're not doing very much, like either something about this, and then it ties into like the actual topic. Tango element, which is like sacadas or something, or boleros or something. But anyways, so one basic, I guess it would be more like principles of movement for tango is the sternum here. And then, so he mentioned it as in the dissociation starts from here, like the movement starts from here. So many times like, oh, well, how do I make this consistent with the diagonals? So many times like, people think of dissociation, or I do at least, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to move my shoulders facing this direction and keep my hips in this direction. And then there's like a certain neglecting of what goes on from here to here. And really, there's a lot of movement at this level here. So, I mean, if you think about dissociation starting from, well, this would be right here. Here we go, I have 1 flower today. There we go. If the dissociation starts from here, well, it needs to be more in, right? Like actually on the bone. It's a totally different. It's a totally different movement. Like, oh, yeah. So if this is still, and then things like the movement starts from there. Actually, I feel this actually like making changes around this point here. So as opposed to like say this point being a block and moving it from one direction, which looks like more movement, right? Actually, if you do this, it's a totally different kind of working. So first of all, I had a tendency to do this. So this needs to actually be vertical, like the 3 points of Dante. This should be vertical. So if you have 2 points, like say like 3 points, 1 point is like that, and this doesn't work. So this also needs to be like here, and then I'm trying to move have the movement start from here. Okay, so if I was going to dissociate, have the movement start from there. Yeah, I'm making the noise because I'm using this area to generate the movement as opposed to some sort of swinging around, right? Okay, so yeah, keep this in and then move around. I mean, it's easier to do when you're moving, using that to generate the dissociation of the top part. Let's see. And then if you use that to dissociate, okay, so let's say, take a step, then you use that, as opposed to this thing here, right? See how this goes? No, this thing. Yeah, so that's a different, okay, that's a different thing than like this, right? So there, and then from there, how do I generate, generate the, dissociation from there. I don't know if this is correct or not. I'm not really sure, but let me see how that works. So if I should generate this from here, oh no, the music already ended. I keep on running out of time. The music, okay, from here, then I transfer the weight, so these 3 points go over here. And how would I use, see, I want to just swing this over. It's so much easier to swing it over, right? No, the movement, the dissociation could come, yeah, so it's this thing here. Oh man, well, let me just put one more song on. As usual, I seem to have run out of time. Let's see. Well, we decided today. So let's go to the last song. Yeah, so let me just last song and try. Oh yeah, so also it shows how much I rely on the shoulders and like swinging the momentum around, because actually the bar, really I'm pushing from here, right? And nothing is going on here. So, let's say there's 3 points, I translate. Well no, let's say I should be facing the guy, right? So really, not like here, right, the shoulders, but like a subtle movement starting from here. Oh man, yeah, this takes a lot of effort. Like this really feels like these 2 points like really slide, like, and there's like a movement in the rib cage and back that I'm not really used to doing. Because I mean, you could actually get by doing a lot without doing this here. So there we go. Oh, see, without going. There we go. No. So there, okay, I'm here. This is like fine. I'm moving from here. Da 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 da. Go here. And how do I generate the bottom? Oh. Yeah. So this is. Oh. Yeah. This will stay here. This will stay here. Yeah. I want to do this. Like with all my whole body, I want to be here, but no, let's not be there. Okay. And then now I want to push with this. So that's how to generate. Oh, that's really difficult for me. Oh my gosh. Well, this is my idea for the topic of the day, so now I'm stuck with it, and I better resolve it. So. Okay, so here we are. There. Maybe it helps to think, remember. Yeah, so the movement is like pathetically small. I can't seem to swing this open. Oh, this is actually making like my chest hurt. I am a little bit behind schedule, but anyways, I'll just keep going with the TangOLOG. If you're here, thanks for watching. Goodbye.